come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation Show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and welcome to the Get High on Motivation Show. We're here every week, every Wednesday to bring another element, another tool for you to become 1% better in one area of your life. So I'm glad that you are here today because we are ready to level up. And if you are ready to get your SHIT together, you have definitely tuned in to the right episode. So thank you, wherever you are tuning in today. I appreciate you for being here with me, and I love you. Point blank, period, end of story. So let's get right on into it. As always, we will have some food for thought, and from there we will start our conversation on what are our 3 steps so we can get our stuff together before this new year gets here. So today our food for thought is not coming from my tea bag because I've not been drinking my regular tea. I needed some energy this morning. I was working up late night with Miss Kimberly Connor and with my VP Calvin Allen working on this Wealth Expo that we have going on Saturday. So if you are in the Colorado Springs area, or if you know anybody in that area, send them our way because we are hosting our first annual Wealth Expo, and it's very exciting. We've been working real hard on it, so I know you're going to enjoy it. But if not, hopefully there will be a live stream somewhere. We're working on it. So here is our food for thought coming from the prophet Khalil Gibran. And it says, "For in truth it is life that gives unto life, while you who deem yourself a giver are but a witness." And I'm going to read that again because Khalil Gibran is kind of heavy, okay? But he is so prolific. So if you have never looked at a copy of The Prophet, it is a book of just like, it's kind of like poetic, I don't know. It's just something for everything. No matter what the issue is in life or the topic, there's just like a small silhouette of words that will inspire you. So again, it is, "For in truth, it is life that gives unto life, while you who deem yourself a giver are but a witness." Life gives unto life. So that means when we are giving to each other, we are not really giving to each other like we think. And that's why we don't need to always take claim and be measuring what we have given to somebody. Because it is life giving life. It is spirit giving to spirit. It's universe giving to universe. God giving to God, whatever you want to call it. We're all extensions of that. And so when we are giving to each other, when we're blessing each other, we're blessing ourselves. We're giving to ourselves because we are all one at the end of the day. That's what this is really telling us. And we are only witnessing the opportunity to give. We are witnesses of the giving, just like we are only channels of the giving. What we give does not even belong to us. We are just channels for it to happen. And when you open yourself up to give more to other people, then the universe has a responsibility to give you more to give, because we're only witnesses of the giving. So I want to dare us all to be 1% better in giving today. Give to some people in your life to get on your nerves. Give to the people that you love, and give to some strangers. And giving is possible. No matter what you have going on in your life, you can give. So you think you might not have any money to give. Well, I don't care if you got a quarter and it's a kid saying, "I want a piece of candy," then you give that quarter. Giving somebody a compliment. You can't tell me that you fresh out of compliments. You don't need a bank account for that. All you need is love in your heart to be able to give somebody a compliment. So find somebody today that you walk by down the street and give them a real compliment. A compliment that says something specific. Don't just say, "Girl, you look good today," or "Man, I like that car." Be specific about what it is that looks good. Like that color really complements your complexion. Or with the car, those rims really look good with that body shape. But let's think about how we can compliment people, because I think compliments are like making it rain on people. Because I think it's a little weird if you walked up to a stranger and just start making it rain, dollars on them. They'd be like, wait a minute, what's going on? That's only appropriate in a strip club and maybe some other clubs too, some other spaces. But in real life, we can't do that. But what we can do is we can make it rain with high vibrational energy. As I like to call it, good juju gravy. Go out there and pour some good juju gravy on people. And that is so simple, even just smiling at somebody. You never know what's going on in somebody's world. You think you're the only one with problems? Honey, people got some problems way bigger than what you could ever imagine, and they walk around with a smile on their face. Typically, the people who are smiling the most are the ones who are going through it the most. But they make it their business not to wear it. And they make it their business not to allow that energy to permeate in your world. So they keep that to themselves and they share their smile with you instead. So can you manage that today? Can you smile to some people? Smile to the person that cut you off. Smile to the person that you cut off. My mother was really good at that. Her birthday is coming up in 2 days. My mom's been gone for over 10 years, maybe 13 years. I don't know. It seems like 3 to me. But my mom used to cut people off and she would honk her horn and wave her hand feverishly like she just haven't seen them in a long time. They would be so confused that they couldn't even be mad. See the power that we have in giving? Give somebody a smile. Give somebody a laugh. Laughter heals. Laugh at yourself today. You're going to do something wrong. You might even bump your head, run into the wall. I run into doorways quite often because I'm moving too fast. If you do something like that today, if you do something really stupid, like run out of gas like I did yesterday in my old truck, hey, laugh at yourself. I laughed at the whole entire thing. I just was sitting there just to smile, and you would have think something really good just happened to me. But in a sense it did, because it gave me an opportunity just to sit. I wasn't in a meeting. I didn't have to get anywhere. All I had to do was sit there and wait on somebody to come and help me out. So it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed running out of gas. How weird is that? And you probably wonder, how the hell did you run out of gas? Well, I have an old vintage truck. If you know me in real life, I have a 1986 Chevy Giant. And we have these special gauges that we had installed, and it's got special switches, and I flipped the wrong switch, y'all. So it wasn't giving me the right reading. Stuff happens. Life happens, okay? Give me a break. I'm not perfect out here. I'm Mimi the Motivator. I'm just here to become 1% better every day in one area of my life with you. As I always say, we're in this together. I'm not like sitting up on some pedestal up here by myself. No, we're in this together. And so we're going to keep being in it together. We're going to keep growing and evolving together. And part of that, y'all, is today I got 3 simple steps to help you get your SHIT together. So some of you may have joined us for our second Sunday service we do on Clubhouse called Raw Real Redemption. We say it's better than church because we do talk about the Bible and stuff like that, but we kind of talk about it with some cuss words. It's almost like if your pastor cussed and said what he really wanted to say. Yeah, that's me and Simply V. So that's what we did this past Sunday, and we talked about this revelation that came to me from something that I was reading. Now, I do not claim to be a Christian, y'all, so don't think that I'm trying to evangelize you or anything like that. The only thing that I'm trying to evangelize you to do is to take the power that is in you and make it bigger and use it to your good, your highest and greatest good. That's it, okay? So I'm putting that out there first. But there is this book that I really love reading called the Book of John. It's like all eloquent. I love eloquent writers. As you can tell, me sharing something from Khalil Gibran is just kind of my thing. I have a thing for eloquent writers. So who knows what I would have been if I was around back in those times with philosophies. I would have been a philosophical whore. All right, so let's get into the conversation of how we can get our stuff together. It's very simple. It's very simple, but simple does not always equate to easy. Simple and easy are not the same. They sound very similar or synonymous, but simple doesn't always mean easy. Simple means that it's doable. Easy, something else. So let's talk about these 3 simple steps on how you can get your stuff together for this next year, because you got to start now. You can't wait till the new year gets here. It's a little too late then, is what I believe, but whatever. Step number 1. So if you're wondering what part of the book of John this came from chapter 5 in John, verses 1 through 18. And the first instruction is simple, which is to get up. The second one is to pick up your mat, and the third one is to walk. So let's talk about what that means for us getting ready for the new year. So get up, which means stop laying around in the situation you're in, or stop complaining. How many people just complain? They complain about their situation. They complain about their health. They complain about their finances, but they don't get up and make any moves to do anything about it. First and foremost, we have to make the decision to get up and stop sitting in the situation. Period. The question that was asked before these instructions were, do you want to get well? And what that equates to for us is, have you ever considered that your situation could be different? No matter what it is, your relationship could be different. Your business could be different. Your home environment can be different. Have you ever considered that it could be different? Because very many of us have not, because we have accepted things as they are and have not sought to challenge it. But if you consider that things can be different, you might bust a move. So things can be different. Let me tell you that now, that things can be different, that things will be different, and things must be different because you desire something different. No matter how good you're doing in any area of life, we all have a different area that we can level up in. And what is that area for you? You have to decide. That's not up to me. I'm just here to help you with the tools. So the first step in this is to get up. Get up. Make the decision. Make the commitment to make the change. We can no longer operate in survival mode. We have to operate in thriving mode. Survival mode is keeping your head above water. Thriving mode is walking on water. And we all have the power to walk on water, however you want to think about that. What that means really is that you can be above what has been holding you down. Get a hold of what's been holding you down. So what's been holding you down? What's been holding you back? What's been preventing you from doing that one something that's really been getting on your nerves? First and foremost, stop complaining and get up and do something about it. Make the decision to do something about it. Stop waiting on somebody else to show up. You are your own savior. You are your own salvation. You are responsible for your own situation. It's not them. It's you, boo. So take responsibility for what's going on in your life and get up and let's do something about it. So the second step is pick up your mat. That's get your shit together. Get your stuff together. Excuse me, I need one of them little beep sounds. Get your stuff together. That doesn't mean get everybody else stuff together, because that's what we do. We try to get everybody else's situations together. We're trying to get their business together. We're trying to get their life together. We got all kind of advice for them. We need to advise ourselves. Pick up your mat. That means collect yourself. Collect yourself back together, because some of us have fallen apart, and that's okay. Collect yourself. Go back to your basics. What worked for you? What works for you? What makes you feel like you're at your highest peak? What foods do you eat that make your body feel good? What water do you drink that makes your body feel good? What activities? What people? Because part of pulling ourselves together is really pulling our energy back into ourselves, and not our energy going all over the place, going into all these different things that we got going on, which most of them are just a distraction from what we probably, I don't want to should on us, but what we were sent here to do. But let's think about it. How do you need to collect yourself? What have you allowed to go astray? Have you allowed your personal health to go astray? Have you allowed your exercise routine to go astray? Have you allowed your eating habits to go astray? Have you allowed your meditation habits to go astray? What has gone astray? What has become unraveled in your life? Have your relationships become unraveled? Is your business becoming unraveled? What is it? Whatever it is, it's time to get it back together. Do what you need to do by any righteous means necessary to get your stuff together. This new year is going to require a next level of you. It's time to unlock the next level of you. That's why I'm offering this program right now, because we need it. 90 days of accountability. We need accountability to smash these goals, to make sure that we are making progress to our desired destination. We need that right now. A lot of us are lacking community. We're lacking a team. So this program offers you that. I'm not trying to push the program on you, but what I am trying to tell you to do is to tap into a community. It doesn't have to be Mimi the Motivator's community, but tap into a community of people who are doing what it is that you desire to do. People who are doing what you're doing or doing something higher, on a higher level. The next level of abundance is awaiting you. It's awaiting you to unlock what's already inside of you. You don't need anything else. There's nothing outside of you. You don't need another piece of paper. You don't need another certificate. That's just for you and your ego. That's for your imposter syndrome. If you can make results out here, that's all that's required. You don't need no piece of paper for that. If anything, you might need a client testimony or something. But are you able to produce results for people? And if you are, start doing it. Have confidence in yourself. I don't care if you're dealing with low self-esteem issues. We'll deal with that later. Right now, have confidence that you have the tools to do what it is that you came to do, and that people want what it is that you have to give. And as we talked about earlier, we're just a witness of the giving. So how about you witness yourself being more abundant? You witness yourself serving more people. Last step in getting your stuff together is and walk. Period. Start walking in your purpose. Start walking towards your desired destiny. You can't keep working this old job that gets on your nerves thinking you're going to end up where you desire to be. No, it's not going to happen. You can't go south and end up north. So you have to walk in the direction of what it is that you say that you want to do. You have to walk in the direction of the things that you out here talking about you doing, but you know you really ain't doing. You have to start really doing it. You have to walk the talk. Talking season is over, and I'm going to keep reinforcing it probably for the next few weeks. Talking season is over. Thinking season is over. You need to have a plan and walk the plan. That's it. When you start walking in it, everything else will just happen for you. If you've been listening to me any kind of time, you know I love the yellow brick road. And that's how the yellow brick road happens, is when you start walking. The yellow brick road did not reveal itself to Dorothy and them until they started walking the path. Start walking the path. Don't be afraid. And if you are, feel the fear and do it anyway. You were called to do something special, and only you can do it. You were called with a certain purpose. You were packaged with a certain purpose. Go ahead and walk in it. Yeah, it might be scary, and yeah, things might not work out exactly how you think right away. That's part of it. You have to be willing to get past the rough to get to the smooth. You have to be willing to go through the fire to be refined. You have to be willing to be under pressure to become a diamond. It's time to walk in your purpose. It's time to stop walking around it and skirting around it and beating around the bush, avoiding it. Walk in it. I don't care what people are going to say. People are going to say something. People always got something to say. People are always going to be thinking and judging what you got going on. And there's always somebody who's going to say, well, you know you shouldn't be doing that. Or you know you can't do that. There's always somebody. So what? It's time for you to start walking in your purpose. Start walking towards what it is that you desire. Because whatever you desire desires you. The desire was planted inside you to call you. To call you to your greatness. There's a greater version of you living inside of you. You ain't seen your best yet. Your story is not finished being written. So let's keep writing it. And you have the opportunity to be the author of your story. You're the author of your story and you're the main character. How's this story going to go? Get your pen and paper out and write it down. How would you like the next 90 days of your life to play out? What does it look like? Who's there? Most importantly, what does it feel like? Does it feel like a sense of accomplishment? Does it feel like a sense of relief? Does it feel like a sense of freedom? Everything that's on your mind, that's been calling you, that you've been dreaming about, thinking about, praying for, meditating on, man, come on, it's already done. It's already awaiting you. Stop waiting on it. Get up, pick up your mat, and walk towards it. We always have to make the first moves out here. The universe is waiting on you. Why are you sitting there waiting on the universe? In every aspect, we have always been told to take the first step. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, we answer. Ask and you shall receive. Whatever it is taking the first step. You got to make the first move. Be bold enough to make the first move towards what you really desire to have in your life. Be bold enough to make the first move towards living the life that you deserve to have and doing the things that you deserve to do. Even if you can't afford to do those things, have you even really looked at how much it costs? Do that. Do a little dream repression. Whatever that dream trip is, go ahead and look it up. See how much the ticket really is. I bet you don't even know. And it might be cheaper than you think. But go ahead and plan out the whole trip. Budget out the whole trip so the universe can know you're serious about it. Do you want a new home? Well, go ahead and start packing up your old home so the universe can know you're serious about it. Would you like a new car? Well, start driving that old car like it's the new junk. Pretend it's the new one until it becomes the new one. You have to act as if. The universe doesn't know the difference if you playing pretend or not. So pretend away today. Pretend that everything always works out for you, because it does. And since everything always works out for you, what would you like to work out for you? Because it can happen. Like the question began, do you want to get well? Have you considered that your situation could be different? Because it can, it will, and it must. And all you must do is get up, pick up your mat, and walk. So I think that's enough on that. Let me get a little sip of water. So speaking of water, water's been coming up in conversations around me in a couple different meetings and spaces I've been going on. So let's talk about that today. We've been talking about different like mind, body, spirit blocks, but let's talk about the water that you're drinking. And why is it important? You know, everybody is starting to see these different type of waters in the store. You got this electrolyte water. You got this high pH water. You see all these different things, alkaline water. Well, yeah, that's what I drink. But I don't drink anything that's coming off the shelf because that water's been sitting there too long. I don't know how long it's been there. And before it got to the shelf, it sat on a truck. And before it got on the truck, it sat in a warehouse. And water is not meant to be still. Water is constantly in motion. You either sweating, you drinking it, it's raining down, it's evaporating up, it's moving through osmosis. Water is always supposed to be moving, just as you are. And it's constantly moving throughout your body. Our bodies are made up of 70% water. Our minds are made up of about 90% water. Why do y'all think I'm always encouraging y'all to drink more water, to drink half your body's weight in ounces? Because we need to be free and clear. It clears out that negative junk, the negative energy, even some of the negative thoughts. We need to clear all of that out. And I'm not saying don't drink other stuff, but make sure that you are getting what you need in your body, point blank, period. And when it comes to water, do your homework on the water that you're drinking. Do the homework on the water that comes through your tap. If you buy a certain brand of water, go to their website and see what's really in it and what is the pH level. And if it's not at least a 7, you're not drinking healthy water, sweetheart. You might as well go on and drink Gatorade because it's the same thing. It's acidic. So the water that we drink is very important. If you can't afford to go out there and get an alkaline machine, how about you simply put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in your water to increase the alkalinity? Because what we're trying to do is increase the alkalinity of our body. Just think about it. Back in the day, and even still to this day, people take an Alka-Seltzer. Alka for alkaline. Because all the Alka-Seltzer is doing is increasing the alkalinity of your body really quick. Because disease cannot live in an alkalinic state. We need to know these kind of things. Who's telling us? I guess Mimi the motivator. So tell your friends, tell your people them who drink water all the time. Tell them you met a water snob today. And she said that your water, you need to check your water. And if you're interested in getting alkaline water, real alkaline water, then you reach out to me wherever we are connected. On Instagram, Facebook, go to mimithemotivator.com and send me a message and say, girl, I need to know about that water so we can get you hooked up. Because we got to be sure that we are positioning ourselves for greatness. And part of that is having our health together. Our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health, and our financial health. Those are the 4 pillars of wealth. We have to have them all together, not just one. You can't just work out all the time, and don't be eating right. Or you work out all the time and you eat right, but you don't have no love in your heart. Your spirit ain't right. Well, we want to be balanced out here. And it's okay. We're going to have times where we're not doing so well in certain areas, and that's okay. We got to give ourselves a pass. We have to give ourselves some grace. But it's important that we keep our health together, because our health is our wealth. What good would it do? Let's just imagine, just for a moment, that there's $1 billion in your bank account, but you are sick in the bed, hooked up to all kind of cords and machines and stuff, and you can't even enjoy it. That's why it's important that our health is right. That's part of wealth. A wealthy life is not just having money in the bank, y'all. A wealthy life is being able to enjoy an abundant life. Enjoy life, the people in it, the things in it, the experience in it, the weather outside, the trees. Not just have money to spend on things. Because that money can't really talk to you. It can't say, I love you. It can't give you a hug. You might can stitch it together, something, make you a weighted blanket, I don't know, to make you feel safe and comfortable. But at the end of the day, we need more than just money to have complete wealth. So I want all of us to consider, how can we up our spiritual health, our mental health, our physical health, and our financial health, because that's what it's about, and that's what we're here to do. We're going to have the most prosperous year ever. I promise you that. You're going to experience things in this new year that you have never experienced before. There are going to be people that show up and you're going to be like, where did they come from? And where have they been all my life? You weren't ready, boo. That's why they didn't show up. But you're ready. The universe is telling me that you are ready to level up. The universe is telling me that there's a greater version in you, and there's a greater version of life awaiting you. So how about we tap in and get it? So if you enjoyed today's show, make sure that you tap in every single week. Same time, same place. And if you can't join me live, then you know that you can find this show on any streaming app out there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, wherever you tuned in from. Listen, I love you. I truly, 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 truly love you. And if nobody has told you today, you are awesome. You are magnificent. You are enough. As a matter of fact, you're more than enough. I know it. And now you're going to be even more because you listened to today's show. I love you, love bug. This is Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. And this is the Get High on Motivation show, where we come together every week to get our mind, body, spirit, and finances right. We trying to be 1% better out here. Ain't that right? I love you. You're awesome too, Miss Kim Connor. Thank you for tapping in on Facebook and always giving me some comments and giving me some inspiration, because the motivator needs motivation too. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.